Hey guys!
Welcome back.
Why do I look like I'm so far back?
Maybe because we are so far back. I can do this. Ready? Here it goes. Extreme close up.
Oh,
Or just tilt it down.
there, you're just tilting it. Then your head is cut off.
There you go.
Okay. Hey guys!
We are situated.
So this live is kind of a mashup.
That's why we have Mary male leads.
That is just a creepy title, and I'm sorry for him.
But it's Leonidas with a Santa hat.
Yeah.
Can't beat Leonidas with a Santa hat.
Hey guest. Hey
Yes.
Golden Age.
Woo. Golden Age.
Thanks for joining us. Okay, so yes, November was strong male leads, and of course December is Christmas movies. So stop it. Deal with it. I deal with October. So we kind of have a mix for you this week. And we actually got quite a few movies in.
We did.
We got in 7 movies this time.
We had a little bit of time this week.
A little bit. I had a couple days off work, so I didn't have to go to bed quite so early. Because these nights are late for me now. Okay, so the first one is Frozen 2 from 2019. Not Lion King.
Yeah.
What a
Wrong
dork.
movie. Lion King was better.
It's mid. Okay. Well,
Mid? Did you just say mid?
he's guessed.
Oh, it's mid. Oh, guessed. Hmm.
I'm responding to comments.
Oh,
Um,
maybe we
so,
should too.
Frozen 2, it was a cute story. Was it as good as the first one? No. Are our movies ever as good as the first one? Rarely. Sometimes we have found a second one that was better than the original. Like Top Gun.
Yeah.
The second one was better by a little bit than the original.
And I'm having trouble thinking of some off the top of my head.
Right, because usually they're not better.
It's rare.
I like that there's a little bit, you get a little bit more to Anna and Elsa's story in the second one.
That's nice.
So you get a little bit of back history on their parents. And, their parents died pretty early in the first one. So you don't really know much about them, only that their dad was the king of Arendelle. And with his death, Elsa becomes queen.
Sounds like a place from Lord of the Rings, Arendelle.
Yeah, kind of. An elfin name.
Yeah.
But it was kind of fun to get a little bit more of the story in the second one. And kind of, even though their history wasn't great, and the girls had to kind of fix some of the wrongs that their family had done
Now, is it
to the forest
Is it
people.
the family that their parents had rule over? Or is...
No, it was their grandfather that
Oh.
actually was the problem.
Okay.
Yeah. So Anna made it her goal to right the wrongs. And so in the end, she kind of did. But then Elsa felt more at home with the forest people. And so she left Arendelle, gave up the throne to Anna. So Anna becomes queen. And Elsa joins the forest people. So she joins her life out in the forest.
It's kind of weird how they end up splitting at the end.
It is, but I think it's good because I think they were too different.
Yes.
They had different goals, just completely different personalities, different
I also like to run away.
life. Well, I mean, Elsa had these powers that she didn't understand in the beginning, and all the forest people had these powers also. So I think she kind of felt more at home in that.
Yeah.
With them having the powers too, where Anna is just a normal gal. So for her to stay with all the normal gals made sense.
And maybe it was, I don't know, better for them to be apart and do their own thing.
I think so. And you see at the end, Elsa goes back and visits Anna because she hears her calling to her, and
Yeah.
she goes back and visits her. So, I mean, it's not like they can't see each other.
Mm-hmm.
They're just
Yeah, she can just ride
an
that
ice
water.
horses ride
Yeah. Really
to
fast.
each other. So rating this one, I probably give it a 7 out of 10.
I'll say the same. Is it better than the first? Did you say it's better than? Oh, guess says 6.
Okay.
Did you think it was better than the first?
No. I didn't think it was better.
I like the original one.
I like the original also. I liked that it was more story, though. I did like getting the background story on the parents.
It was not like more of the same like The Little Mermaid 2 and all of the terrible sequels.
Yeah. No. No, it was better than those.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. What did you rate it?
7 also.
7 also. Okay. All right, so that is Frozen 2 from 2019. We rated it a 7 out of 10. The next one is If from 2024. I thought this one was really cute.
Oh, I didn't get to finish this one.
Oh, you didn't finish it. Okay. So this was basically about a dad and his daughter and their imaginations. So
is it about both of their imaginations?
Mostly the daughter, I guess.
Yeah. And the dad was sick? Was that true?
The dad was sick. The
Okay.
mom had died earlier from, I assume, cancer. It seemed that way.
Did the dad have a terminal illness?
It doesn't really say what he has.
Oh, okay.
I didn't see the full movie either. Okay, it's good to watch to the end. It's really, really good. So basically the girl is struggling with the fact that her dad is sick. She just can't deal with another loss in her life. And so she's really, really struggling with it. So then this man, which now that I think of it out loud, it's kind of creepy. This man comes to her and starts telling her about ifs. So ifs are imaginary friends.
Yeah.
IF, imaginary
I had no idea
friend.
it was an acronym from the trailers.
I didn't either. And so he starts telling her about these ifs and says that she has this gift because she can see all the ifs. Most people can only see their if and no other ifs, but she can see all of them.
Oh.
So she has a special gift. So she needed to work as an if finder. So basically, she would find ifs for kids who don't have one. She would help them find their if. And so she and this guy, it shows them interviewing all the ifs that lived in this hotel of ifs that don't have kids. Because their kids grew up and grew out of them, or whatever the case may be. Stop believing for whatever the reason may be. So they were trying to, rekindle their ifs, the ifs with their people, if the people were still alive, or if the people were no longer living, they were trying to link the ifs to new kids.
Yeah. Were they trying to reconnect them with adults?
Yes.
Really? That's kind of weird.
And they did. Because they explain it in the movie. I don't want to give it all away.
Oh, okay.
Because you need to watch it. But it's really good. And so they do explain that, and they do rekindle some relationships.
So I guess I have to learn what that's all about.
Yes. So in the end, the girl finds her if herself and realizes that she needed him all along. She was never too big for her if.
I
feel
feel like this is a little bit like Slumberland because it wasn't.
And one of the kids said that when we were watching it. It kind of reminded them of Slumberland because of all the imaginary characters.
Yeah, I thought they were yeah, okay.
Yeah. It's not like that though.
Not near as colorful or visually creative.
Right. Well, it is in its own right.
Okay.
Yeah. Some aspects of it are a little similar to Slumberland, but if you watch it all the way to the end, you would see that it's not.
The big purple guy seemed kind of goofy.
He was. He tripped a lot and fell.
That
was his thing.
Reminded me of the big monster in Monsters, Inc. Just because he was big and fluffy. That's all.
Yeah, so his name is actually Blue.
Oh, it's Blue? Okay.
His kid was colorblind.
Oh.
So I thought he was
Oh,
blue.
okay,
So
that's
his
pretty
name
funny.
is Blue, even though he's purple. Yeah, so it's a cute movie. I don't want to give away any more of it. It is definitely worth watching. Man, I thought it was really, really good.
I need to finish that one then.
I would probably give it a 9 out of 10.
Oh, really need to watch it.
It was.
I would listen to Not Enough Thumbs. Maybe, yeah. You should too.
I thought it was good. I really enjoyed it. I thought
Okay.
it was clever. I thought it was unique, which is rare these days, to have a unique idea.
The kiddos enjoy it?
Yeah,
Yeah?
yeah,
Okay.
they did. Watched it 2 or 3 times in the same day.
Maybe they can enjoy it in their little box of blankets again.
Yeah. Yeah, so backstory with that. I had a box, Chewy delivery
box.
for the dog food, and the girls immediately made it into their movie box. So
I
they
had to
filled
tell
it
them.
with blankets and pillows, and
I told them, hey, you should fill that with blanket and pillow. They said,
so it was your idea.
It was.
So now we have a box blanketed up in the middle of our living room.
That means we can get rid of everything else. They won't know.
Nice try.
Because I did that kind of stuff. I had a bigger box, maybe for a mini fridge, and I cut a hole.
Oh, man.
I cut a hole out of it, and I had pillow and blanket.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was cool.
So it's his fault. Got it.
Yep.
All right. So that was If from 2024. 2 thumbs up. Recommend it.
There they are.
Okay. The next one is called Mouse Hunt from 1997. I was just kind of searching for family-friendly, Thanksgiving-ishy themed movies, and this popped up. I forget which page I found it on, but on one of the internet pages of movies to watch 2024. So,
Did any movie come to mind as you were watching this?
Home Alone.
Yes, it totally reminded me of Home Alone, where the mouse was the role of Macaulay Culkin, and you had two people that were trying to buy the house. They realized the value of it, and they kept trying to hunt the mouse down, and every attempt was unsuccessful and rather disastrous.
Oh, man. So, yeah.
So bad.
Guest says entertaining, but really, really, really stupid. Yeah, that's probably the best way to describe it.
It was funny though.
It was funny.
I enjoyed it because
Just like Home Alone, it was funny. It had its moments, but
and the mouse was not a cartoony mouse. They made it look like a realistic mouse that just happened to.
be smart
Yeah.
and clever and outwit them.
Yeah.
Everyone that tried to
Yeah.
catch the mouse. I love the one scene with the nail gun. And
Oh,
the
that's
mouse
right,
is
yeah.
dodging the nails as they're coming through
Yeah, that was good.
and it barely misses him in the one because the nail gun got jammed.
Yeah. I really enjoyed this movie. It's got a certain look about it. It's a little like the color. It seems kind of dark and almost like a Tim Burton film.
Not quite that dark.
quite?
But yeah, I see where you're going.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a certain aesthetic to it.
But yeah, definitely Home Alone-y.
Yeah.
So if you want a kind of Home Alone style movie that's not Christmas based,
And then, with
This
the
would
Home
be it.
Alone, with the crooks breaking in, that's just the second half of the movie. This is the whole movie.
yeah, and it's nobody broken in. It's these 2 brothers that inherit a house, and the house had already been lived in by this mouse, and so the mouse was not giving up his house
Yeah.
easily.
And another funny thing is that when what were they doing? So this house is a mess, especially behind the walls and such. And I don't know if they were cleaning or organizing, but they were worried about messing something up. And it was
In the house, yeah.
such a minor
Because it was a
detail.
$10 million, had a $10 million
Yeah.
value or something. Someone was going to buy it for $10 million.
But what they were worried about was it wasn't even an issue compared to the rest of the mess and not so safe conditions of the house.
Yeah. So
Funny stuff. What would you rate it?
honestly, I fell asleep and didn't see the last 10 minutes.
7.5. It's funny.
From what I saw, I would probably give it a 6.
6.
Yeah.
Not so funny.
Just my opinion. Yeah. So, I mean, it was okay.
5 out of 10.
5 out of 10.
Truly
Yes,
mid.
Okay. Truly mid. Oh, no. All right. So that was Mouse Hunt from 1997.
I couldn't believe it was 1997. That's a much older film.
I mean, the style of film, though,
Yeah.
is a 90s film. For sure. The look of it is 90s look.
Yeah.
The next one is a yearly watch at our house. Elf from 2003 with Will Ferrell.
Kill.
So this is a funny one. We watch it and review it
Guessed.
every year.
Guessed.
Sometimes, when you rewatch videos, movies, you see something new in it. I think I've watched this enough times. I am no longer seeing anything new.
Home Alone? Is that the movie?
Elf
Oh, Elf. What was I thinking?
from 2003. We did not watch Home Alone this week. We are not reviewing Home Alone this week.
Was she not there?
I didn't watch it.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Elf.
We can add it if you want to review it.
No.
Okay. So Elf. Elf from
It
2003.
is a yearly watch. Probably considered a, if, Die Hard, there's always the controversy with Die Hard whether or not it's a Christmas movie. I think
There's no
Elf.
controversy with Elf. It is Christmas movie.
Elf's Christmas movie.
What does that have to do with Die Hard?
I don't know. I thought Elf was on the fence about whether or not it was a Christmas movie. It's not.
He's an elf from the North Pole. How on earth is that on the fence? What fence are you on? He's stuck in October. He can't. And I did. Fell asleep on the couch and woke up to him looking through all the paranormal videos on the TV. This man.
When?
Today.
Oh, today?
Oh, I see.
Trying to be sneaky.
You're not sneaky. Yeah. So Will Ferrell is funny in this movie. I like that he's actually clean in this movie. A lot of his movies are not clean.
Yeah.
So
True.
they're not family friendly. They're not appropriate for children.
He's vulgar
Step
in
Brothers.
general,
Yes,
usually.
he's vulgar. Very
Yeah.
vulgar. This one, he actually wasn't. He was actually a kid-safe character
Yeah.
in this one.
And a kid-like character.
Yes. Which is kind of the creepy part.
Yes.
That he's a grown
That he played it really
man.
well.
Yeah. And it's funny, when we were watching this, our oldest kind of pointed out, man, he is an adult. If he really ate sugar like that, he would be diabetic.
Yeah.
So it's funny that, that our young ones are picking up on stuff like that.
'Cause
That
he
is
was-
not a healthy eating habit. He could not survive eating that way.
I don't know how the elves do it, but
They're not human.
we'll never know. Yeah, that's the
He
only...
is human.
Yeah, I know.
So that's going to catch up to him in his mid-40s
Yeah.
when he's eating all syrup and
I would be grossed out because he ate that on screen.
on
He had
spaghetti.
The spaghetti and syrup, gobs and gobs. What else did he throw on there?
Pop-Tarts
Oh.
and sprinkles.
He just crumbled it on there.
And all kinds of syrup, chocolate syrup, regular syrup. And there was sauce on it. It was spaghetti with sauce
That's gross.
and all the sweetness. So yeah, I would not follow Elf's eating habits for sure.
So I think the dad played a pretty convincing character who was the really grumpy one at first and took a long time to warm up to, because, I mean, who would be kind of weirded out by some
Yeah.
adult guy dressed like that saying that I'm your son?
Yeah. I would be creeped out for sure.
So I think he acted appropriately.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that he didn't know he had a son
Yeah.
is kind of a creepy part.
Mm-hmm.
How do you not know you have a kid? Like, I don't know.
Did she
I don't
say...
understand.
I think Elf explained it where the mother never told him.
I get that, but the fact that he had a relationship with somebody who didn't tell him he had a kid
Yeah.
and then marry somebody else, I don't know. I don't like that I like that. Shouldn't be having relations with somebody you don't plan on staying with forever.
Adoy.
Yeah. Just makes things complicated,
Yeah.
as he saw here. It made things way complicated. Thankfully for him, his wife was understanding. How did he not notice her being pregnant? Well,
Maybe
they
they
probably split up before she showed any signs
Yeah.
of being. It may have been a one night stand thing. I don't know. It doesn't really explain it in the movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, it does say that he got put up for adoption. The mother didn't want him, so he was in the orphanage, and that's how he got in Santa's bag and ended up in the North Pole.
Yeah.
So there's a whole story there, but I previously rated Elf a 7. I would probably hold to that and still give it a 7. It has a lot of entertainment value in it.
I'll give it a 7.5.
All right, so 7 and 7.5.
I like when the one mailroom guys said that he was in his 20s or something like that.
He was
What-
drunk. He
right?
gets Elf drunk. So, yeah.
Didn't he claim he was in his 20s?
Yeah.
They were both lying down, drunk.
And he looks 50 something,
Yeah.
maybe. That's what drugs and alcohol do to you,
It's
folks.
so funny.
Stay off the stuff.
Go back to LT from The Water Boy. Don't do drugs.
Right. Okay, the next one is Secret Life of Pets from 2016.
You guys watch that?
Yeah, we did, and then I ended up watching it at in the daycare that I was working at the gym.
Oh, funny.
The kids wanted to watch it again, so I actually watched it twice this week at 2 different.
Good
Gus
times.
gives Elf 8 out of
Elf.
10. Okay, cool. So I actually watched it 2 times this week. This
Wow.
one. It's cute. I like The Secret Life of Pets. It's about a woman who has a dog, and I guess she adopts the dog when it's little. It shows her relationship with the dog and how they kind of do everything together. They're a perfect duo. One day she brings home a second dog that she had adopted, completely different type of dog. So kind of shows a dispute between the two and how the one kind of feels like it's being ousted by the other one. And then they learn more about each other. The dogs learn more about each other and realize that they are better off together than
And-
apart.
I really like the intro of this movie because it features everybody's pets and their activities once their owners go to work or are away for the day. I can't think off the top of my head if there's another film like this that features the
Behind the scenes.
behind the scenes of what happens at home when you're at work. What do the animals do? So I think that's a pretty
So in this one, all the animals congregate together in one apartment.
Yeah.
So that obviously would not really happen.
they all know each other.
But it's a cute dynamic that they had the animals all kind of be friends together and go on these adventures every day
Yeah.
together and end up at the end of the day back in their own apartments with their owners, happy as can be.
And then you have all kinds of misfits in the sewer system.
Yeah, so all the animals who kind of broke out of the life because they
Yeah.
were mistreated or left, abandoned, whatever
that's
the
right.
case may be, and they kind
Yeah.
of formed a gang of a sense together with each other. I love the tattooed pig. He's my favorite. He's my favorite. Tattooed and pierced pig because he was used in a tattoo parlor as a tester, or,
Yeah.
as the test dummy. So it's really, really cute movie. If you haven't seen it, it's definitely well worth the watch. I'd probably give it an 8 out of 10.
I would say 8 also. It's original, family friendly, funny, and a pretty decent story.
Yeah. All right. Guest rates it 7 out of 10.
All right.
Okay. So 7 to 8 out of 10 for Secret Life of Pets from 2016. And there is a second one. The second one is cute too, but of course, as typical second one, it's not as good as the original.
Yeah.
But it is still good. All right. The next one was Enchanting Christmas from 2024.
Oh.
So I was happy to finally get to watch a Hallmark style Christmas movie. And
Was
it's
this
a
when I
style.
was sleeping in the other room?
Yeah. So I
Okay.
started it out here and finished it in the bedroom. But
Yeah.
yes. So it's about this dad and his daughter, and the dad is an ice carver. So he carves ice sculptures. The daughter asks for, she doesn't want any other gift other than a ice sculpture for Christmas. So her dad agreed to make her an ice sculpture. So he made a beautiful woman ice sculpture for his daughter. Which now that I think of it, I don't really understand why. Maybe he was thinking princess. Doesn't really say why he made a beautiful woman for her. He could have made a horse. He could have made a cat. He could have made all kinds of stuff. But he made this beautiful woman.
Was there a mother in the picture?
No.
No?
So that's probably maybe why. I don't know. But anyway, the girl wishes that the ice sculpture come alive. So, of course, the magic of Christmas, it does. So the ice sculpture breaks apart and turns into a woman.
Creepy. Did she watch it happen?
Beautiful blonde woman. Yes.
Oh, really? She just kind of cracked out of the ice?
Yeah. And then there's a woman standing there. And so the girl realizes it was her wish that this woman comes to be. So she convinces her dad to let the woman stay with them. And they tell the story of how she came about, made it up. They named her Jade Frost.
Wow.
So that was her name, Jade Frost. And so, of course, in the process of it all,
in the frost
you're
you're
funny. Jade and the dad fall for each other.
What?
Right.
And then
then he finds out that their story doesn't add up of how she came to be.
So she turned to ice at midnight?
He tells her to leave at midnight. She turns back into ice. He and the daughter go there to say that they missed her and wish that she would choose. They said that the magic was hers. She could choose to come back. And so they're talking to this block of ice. And
they throw salt at
they
her?
leave. No, they don't throw salt at her. They leave and she chooses to be human. And they live happily ever after.
Huh.
So Hallmarky.
They should have made other ice things, made them come to life.
But they wouldn't choose to have magic.
Okay.
Like this.
I called the midnight occurrence.
You did.
I called it.
Very Cinderella-y.
I thought she maybe might have left an ice slipper behind.
No. I thought it was cute, though. The acting was decent for a Hallmark-style movie. The main characters were good. The side characters, not so good as far as acting. So they went into an apple shop and made carameled apples or whatever. And the workers in that shop weren't the greatest actors.
What about was the production quality good, or did it
was
have
decent.
that Hallmark aesthetic, cheap look?
It actually didn't.
It looked good.
It looked good.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Impressive.
Yeah. So that was on Prime. So y'all, we found out that Prime, yes, you pay a yearly fee, or we pay once a year for Prime membership. We find it worth it. We order enough from Prime and watching all the videos from Prime. But we also found out that you can upgrade for $2.99 a month to ad-free. So for now, it's worth it. We're going to try it out for a little while and see what we think of it.
Because something like Netflix and their upgrade for ad-free is much, much higher.
Yeah, it's
Not
like
worth
$4
it.
or $5 more.
And Netflix has been it's been flaking out on us recently. It would just go back to the home screen, or I think we tried to rewatch the ending of Oblivion 5 or 6 times because it kept going back to the home screen.
Yeah, and we've talked in the past about
it hasn't been the same since the Tyson fight, really.
what is that we watch the movies through to filter them?
VidAngel.
VidAngel. So we've talked before about VidAngel, and it does support Prime.
Also known as
Prime ad-free.
Angel Studios. Yeah.
So now that we have the Prime ad-free, we can watch movies on Prime through VidAngel, which is nice.
Yeah, because the way VidAngel works, they work with different streaming services, and you log in through VidAngel with your streaming service that you have a subscription to.
So if you don't know about VidAngel, it basically helps you to censor movies that maybe are not age appropriate for younger audiences. So we could take a movie that has some language in it, but is otherwise cute for the kids, and we can filter it through VidAngel and get rid of the words. So it just edits the words out of the film.
Yeah, I think the major categories are, like she said, language, and then there's
Sexual content,
and then violence,
vulgarity.
Yeah. Violence, I think, is broken up into graphic and non-graphic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have some filters, and what movie was it? John Wick? Didn't we try to put in it? It had like 450 something
Yeah.
filters in place because that movie was pretty much all.
John Wick killed a lot of guys. And also, it besides the 5 categories, you can expand each of them to their detailed instance throughout the movie. And it's different than IMDb because reading the description itself is censored. You know, it doesn't show the actual curse word and is kind of generic in its description when it comes to violence.
Yeah.
So it's not like a detailed description that you would get from IMDb.
Yeah. Yeah. So unfortunately with it though, it's now only supporting the ad-free levels of all of the subscription services.
Like
so
Netflix and Prime.
Peacock, yeah. AMC I think was on there, and
Yeah.
a couple others, but you have to have the ad-free level for VidAngel. I guess it's whatever agreement the subscription companies have made with them now, and they've changed their agreements when they've changed all this ad-free junk. So they're making it harder, but
Remember when cable was cool and cable was the thing to have because you avoided commercials? Well, here we are again.
back to square one. What is it?
Commercials.
Everything makes a full circle. Like it
Yeah.
ends up coming back around. So now we're back to the stupid ads again. We thought we were rid of the ads forever.
Yeah.
No. And they say it's to keep things cheaper. Well, y'all. It's just a pain in the butt. So anyway, did I rate Enchanted Christmas?
Not yet.
No. It was better than most Hallmark movies that I've seen. So I would maybe give it a 6.5 out of 10.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
Pretty
Hallmarks
good for Hallmark
are what,
style.
normally 2?
Oh, that's you. Yeah. So 6.5 for Enchanted Christmas from 2024. All right, and then the last one fit our male leads, not our Christmas theme. And I actually didn't finish it, so this one's on you. Oblivion from 2013.
This is a Tom Cruise film of the science fiction genre, and it's a post-apocalyptic kind of movie. And he is partnered with this woman in this base high up in the sky, and he is in charge of all of the drone maintenance. And he later discovers that there is this group of people that are quote unquote the bad guys. And there's a little bit of deception that goes on here that you don't find out until the very end. There's artificial intelligence involved. The visuals are really, really beautiful in this film, and the score is really great. And yeah, it's Tom Cruise is just really good at these kinds of films. This one I would say is on an epic scale, I guess, because it involves the universe, I guess, or the at least the immediate solar system. So cool ending. Really, I highly recommend this one, and I would give it 8.5.
Okay, 8.5.
Me.
One I forgot, and I just added to the list because we just watched it today. So that was Oblivion from 2013 that he gave an 8.5.
11 years ago already. 8 out of 10 from Guest. All right, Guest.
All right, and then the last one is The Grinch from 2018. So this is the animated version of The Grinch. So it's the newer one. I thought it was cute. It was very much Dr. Seuss style.
Mid, I guess.
Mid. For the Grinch, guest, come on, you're a tough audience.
I think the Jim Carrey version.
The Jim Carrey version is my favorite.
Really hard to beat that one.
Yeah.
This is the animated one.
That one is live action. This is animation. So
hard to compare the two.
Yeah, they're completely different.
What about the story though?
The story is pretty similar.
It's similar. It's the story of the Grinch.
The part in this one that I think is really funny is when he gets dressed in the morning. His fur is his clothing. It's not.
Oh.
He gets dressed into the green fur.
Oh, what's he dressed outside of the green fur?
He was just green, not furry though. And so when he gets dressed, you see him pulling up his green fur pants, and then it looks like him.
Okay, well that's kind of funny.
So that's kind of cute. And then in this one, he tries to lasso this giant, oversized, fat reindeer.
Hobbit. Oh.
It's a reindeer. Did you not watch it?
I don't know if I was here to finish it.
Oh, well. Anyway, there's a lot of cute aspects to it. The general part of the story is the Grinch story. But with a little different spin to it. So it's a lot of fun to watch. I probably give it 7 out of 10. Are you gonna rate it? You've seen it before.
What's going on over there?
What would you rate this one?
Maybe give it a 7.
Okay. All right. So that is The Grinch from 2018. 7 out of 10. All right, guys. That was 8 movies this time.
That's
so
a lot
we
of
got
movies.
through 8 movies this week. Pretty impressive for us since lately it's been 3 or 4.
Yeah, we'll see how this week goes.
So yeah, this week is a full work week for me, so it
regular
may
week.
be limited on what I can get in. So it may be a lot of movies that he gets and I don't. But we'll see how it goes. Sometimes I get surprised and our schedule lightens up and
We'll
I'm
see.
able to squeeze a movie in. So
It is December now, so it's
Christmas movies.
it's gonna be either people's light workload is gonna lighten up, or it's gonna be super busy.
So ours will lighten up the last week. Of
Usually
course, the
it
week
usually
of
lightens
Christmas.
up, yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, thanks for joining us for our reviews tonight. Pop on Tuesday for our Tuesday review and our Friday faves on Friday. So we'll